Start by sanding the gun port linings flush with the hull, but be careful not to splinter the edges of the linings. Sand the hull with medium grade abrasive paper until it is completely smooth and all pencil marks have gone. Then sand it again with fine sandpaper to remove any scratches. You will need a good quality abrasive paper, particularly if you lift the pins in. Sand the bottom of the gallery support smooth. Now sand the tops of the bow planks flush with the tops of the frames and the ends of the planks flush with the bulkhead. You will need to sand the inside of the 5 gun ports on each side, so first trim any excess linings with a sharp knife. Then carefully sand the inside smooth with an emery board or a nail file. In this part we're going to be fixing the keel, so take one of the strips of wood for the keel and tape it over the gap in the planking using masking tape so that it runs between frames 16 and 24. Now run a knife blade down each side of the keel to mark the correct width. Take several light passes in order to make a fairly deep cut. Ensure the keel does not move. Now tape the keel strip over the planking at the stern in the same way as you did in the previous step. Run a knife along the edges of the keel strip to mark the planking up to where the garboard planks twist to the vertical and are glued to the sides of the false keel. Once you've removed the strips, cut right through to the planking to make the slot for the keel. Now remove the keel strip and cut away the planking to form the slot, carefully ending it in the taper where the garboard planks twist to vertical. Sand the edge of the garboard planks flush with the edge of the false keel after this point. Repeat the process to extend the slot as far as the straight keel strip goes to the bow, but do not try extending the slot around the curve. Take a ruler and make a pencil mark 4 mm below the top of the bow planks. Take the stern post and sand the top of the stern post at an angle so it fits neatly against the underside of the gallery support as shown here. Now mark the other end of the stern post and cut it to length, leaving a small allowance for sanding. Apply glue to the stern post and fix it with 3 pins. Remove these when the glue is thoroughly dry. Now sand the end of the stern post flush with the false keel. Now glue the stern in position. Align the top with the mark you made in step 15. Hold it with masking tape at the top and 2 pins at the bottom. And then remove the pins when the glue is completely dry. Now fit the first keel strip, sanding the front if necessary so it fits perfectly against the stem. Glue it in position, holding it with tape while the glue dries. Now glue and tape the second keel strip in place, butting the two ends together and allowing the excess to overhang the stern. When the glue has dried, sand the bow to form a smooth curve, removing any step between the sections. Line the building frame with felt or a similar material so it doesn't mark the hull. The planks under the gallery support may get a little thin when this area is shaped later on, so pack this area with a bit of wood filler to provide additional strength. Allow the filler to thoroughly dry, then sand the rear face flush. Glue the two supports, parts 59 and 58, to the upper false deck, making sure they are right way round, square and upright. Use a right angle to make sure that they are sitting at the right angle. Use an offcut of plank as a straight edge or a ruler to mark off where the slots in the stern for the planking for the upper false deck will be fitted. Cut the slots using a razor saw, but it is always better to make them slightly too wide so you have room to ease the false deck into place. Test fit the upper false deck in place, adjusting the slots if necessary, then remove it. Now test fit the lower false deck in place. Do not force it if it's a tight fit. There are 2 points extending forward at the corners of the lower false deck. You may have to sand the planks there where these touch the hull so that the false deck can slide fully forward. Mark these spots with a pencil. Hold a ruler so it lies flat against the stern planking, resting on the ends of both the upper and the lower false decks. Then draw a line on the top planks as shown. Trim the surplus off the stern planks using a razor saw, then test fit the gallery rear panel, engaging the slots at the bottom with the tabs in the lower false deck. Carefully sand the outer one of the two gallery supports on both sides until you can pull the end of the lower false deck down to match. Soak the lower false deck in warm water for about 20 minutes to make it pliable, then glue and pin it into place using glue. Now hold the rear panel in place and try fitting the side of the gallery in position. The side will be shaped to a curve at a later stage, but for now this does not matter. You now need to adjust the angle of the rear panel to make the side panels fit properly. Sand the ends of the upper planks to allow you to angle the rear panel forward. Do this a little at a time until the tabs and slots in the side panel engage correctly with the lower false deck and rear panel. Apply glue to the tabs and feet of the upper false deck and slide it into position. Hold the gallery rear panel in position and check that it still touches. Glue the gallery rear panel to the false decks and the ends of the planks. Cut a plank to fit across the ends of the gallery supports and glue it into place, leaving a 4 to 5mm gap under the centre of the gallery. Hold it in place with a couple of nails while the glue dries. Now shape a plank to fit the curved gap left after fitting the plank in the previous step. Glue this plank into place. Now remove the pins and repeat the steps to double the thickness of the planking across the gallery supports. Shape and fit a final plank. This plank can be a little shorter than the previous ones. Remove the pins when the glue is thoroughly dry.